All right. We got the truck action today, people. We'll be doing a clutch on this. I already got it half taken apart, did an oil pan on it. This is the 89 2500. We are going to start right there. We are going to take the clutch line off. It has a bad slave, and we're going to put the slave and the line, at least the line for the slave, in before we put the clutch or the transmission back in. I'll show you why we get one underneath. All right. I like getting the whole thing, but people like to do cheap shit. Been working on this truck a couple days, bouncing on and off. Guy had a bad oil pan, fucking crunched. Bunch of other shit. We're gonna cut the line. So we're not saving anything. We got new line. We got new everything. There's also a flex hose on there. I don't like that either. We may just make our own line. There it is. So you're gonna pull the fitting out of the bottom of the master here. And then we're gonna go underneath the truck and pull the whole line out. Now the line looks like it goes back over there. A little flex line moving there. We're gonna get that flex line out. All right, so we're up underneath right now. Right here is our line. It goes up above. We are just going to literally pull it out. So this line's supposed to be bolted in. Let's see. There it is. For some reason, it was not bolted into the firewall, which I don't like. Now we have a new line, but I'm not confident it's the right line because we be getting a lot of wrong fucking parts. People are dumb. When you order one thing, you get the other. Alright, so that's what happened on this truck. The slave blew out, ate up the clutch. Old truck. See, we put a new oil pan on this. Guy had jacked up on his oil pan, juiced it. I'm like, what the heck, buddy? So what's nice about the GM, I would have liked to have cleaned the whole thing out. We're gonna put a flywheel and a clutch on this, clean all this down, and then we're going to put the tranny back in, and we are gonna put the starter back in, put everything back in. You don't have to take the starter out on the GM, which is like nice. It's one of the best things on the GM. I actually had it attached to the block. The only reason why I took it off, and I'm gonna put it back on in a minute before I put the flywheel back on. The only reason why I took it all the way off was to put the oil pan on. You have to take the filter housing off to do the oil pan, and this, I would love to have had that video, but I didn't have the camera. And we had to cut the exhaust. It's the easiest way to avoid doing headers on an old vehicle. Is you cut it and you just re-weld it back in when you're done with the transmission. Save yourself a lot of time, a lot of aggravation. And yeah, man, that's how that goes. So your clutch line's out. We're gonna run the new clutch line up and in, and hopefully it's the right line. So we're gonna find out right now. Here's where we're at. We're gonna get our new flywheel. Put the flywheel on. Clean this up. Put the flywheel on. We're gonna put our new line in, and then set that goes above the bell housing. It's real easy to put in right now. If you don't put the fucking line in right now, you're gonna have a bad day when you go to put the transmission back in. First, let's clean this sucker up. Alright, let's see here. Get this shit all out of there. have our flywheel is gonna go on next. So you're gonna get some thread lock. You're gonna get your flywheel. We have an Napa kit, and then we're gonna. Them flywheel bolts here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, that ain't it. Here they are. A lot of bolts. Alright, so here's our flywheel bolts to the crank. Sweet. Everybody says, oh, get new ones, get new ones, get new ones. As long as they're not screwed up, you're fine. Thread lock them, torque them down, you're good. This is an old vehicle, people. This isn't a brand new vehicle. Nothing's gonna happen if you throw some thread lock on there and torque them down. It'd be perfectly beautiful. You don't gotta buy new flywheel bolts. Brand new vehicles, like pretty much any vehicle that has, you know, aluminum block, you kind of want to fucking, some of them, I even have freaking aluminum bolts, then you got to replace those, but like, as long as they're steel bolts, you know what I'm saying, you're fine. Okay, so here we go. Line up your, it has a keyway on it. Line up the keyway, slip it in there. You got a little thread lock on your action. There. Hold it literally 2 fingers, hold it on there. Put the bolt in on the other side of the keyway. Hand tight though. We have thread lock on all these. Again, doesn't have to be crazy. There's no pilot bearing in this. It's a non-pilot bearing. Straight into the cranks where the thing's gonna feed. Same thing. Again, you're gonna get them all down there. We're gonna snug them all down. 14 millimeter or 9/16. I found that these motors, you know, majority of stuff, that is not torqued, that is snug. So now you're gonna look up your torque spec. It's usually somewhere in the ballpark of 70 pounds. fucking with the door. It's cold out there. So we have Pro-Demand that we use, which is essentially Mitchell. We use Pro-Demand. It's not the best for certain things, but torque specs and everything, it's got all your stuff you need in there. For diag stuff, it's a little tricky, but it's nice to get wiring diagrams. So we're gonna go down to 1989 Chevrolet pickup. Where the hell is it? Says pickup. Pickup right there. With a 5.0 or 4.3. Where's the 5.0? I don't even have my button on me. I don't even have my button on me. It's on my box somewhere. I got mine, but again, it's dangling from here, and it didn't hit anything. So. Punch in flywheel. Flywheel. You weren't here over the weekend, were you? Nah. Why? Apparently Dylan was to come in and fuck with shit. Use my tools and fucking change his battery on my bag. He left the fucking little blanket there. Not real happy about that. What? Yeah. On your side? Yeah, the blanket for his battery's right there. What the fuck? Did he use your tools or did he So we're looking at flywheel bolts, 75 foot-pounds. That's where we're at. Boom. Now put it on the 75-year plate. That flywheel tool you put back. Put it down. So this is what we have. We have our flywheel holder, which is, your typical gear holder. You get it right on the gear there. Works real nice. It'll literally stay. We are going to set the torque wrench to 75 footers. Set it 75 foot-pound. I said 14 or 9/16, depending on the stuff. Some reason with these older ones, oops, I gotta go the wrong way. I do that every time. Hold the gear like that, nice and low, and then you're just literally gonna go right down the line. One. Two. Three. on, baby. Five. Six. So that's how you do that. Flywheel's done, you're gonna clean it. Clean the oil off the flywheel. It's essentially like a rust coating. Soaks into the metal. It's like zinkish style kind of stuff here. I'll just get that all off. Ruin the clutch. So again, you get your thread lock, you get your torque. Those bolts are fine. They'll never come out. They'll never fucking be good for the rest of your days. One thing I noticed is our dowel pins are not in this. I believe one of them got stuck in the clutch itself. Never mind. This is a non-dowel pin clutch. There's no dowel pins in it. I just did 2 clutches like this week, so like the other one had dowel pins in it. Sweet. Well, that's good news. No dowel pins, which isn't the best idea. I wonder why they did that with these old trucks. So when you get a clutch kit like this, you know, you want to make sure, okay, so this actually does have a throwout bearing, and it came out that easy. I mean, a throwout, why did I call that a throwout bearing? It has a pilot bearing. It looks just like a bushing piece of metal like this, and essentially it is a piece of metal like that. And this new one is gonna go in a little tougher than that. That's crazy, that just came right out like that. So we are gonna install our new one right now. Sweet. Question is, when it has a bushing, the kit.
The bushing comes out and they supply you with a bushing
with a bearing
in it. And that's the one I always use. I figured it must be in like an updated design.
Well, the bushings are. Let's see how it fits on the. See? feels so much better, doesn't it? Am I crazy? So here's what we're gonna do. This is why you pay attention when you do things, people. This design is a 1989 bushing, bronze bushing in here. There's no bearing in it. It's just a bushing. And it's hardly worn at all. Fits, machine fit, perfect. There's no play, and there's no play on the shaft inside. This is a brand new Napa pilot bearing that doesn't fit money. You'd have to hammer it in there, right? And then on top of having to hammer it in there, it'd be permanent in there, and you'd be able to get it out eventually if you did it on the clutch on the vehicle. But the shaft goes side to side in the brand new one, and the shaft does not go side to side. It has 0 side to side play in the old one. So we are going to use the stronger old original factory bushing that goes in there and doesn't require much of anything because it's supposed to be in there. So you do not have to replace that unless it's absolutely eaten up. Then you'd put the new one in. Get this little bit of RTV here. I'm not sure why. Get that off. Somebody put a little RTV in there. I'm sure this is, like I said, not the first clutch this vehicle's had, but if it's still got the factory bushing in there, leave it in there. So, one thing finished. Get our plate on. There's our plate, stays in there nice. All right, good. So before we go cooking here, something else I want to do here. This line's gotta be snug out of the way here. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Get our bolts. What do you say? Kill that? Kill that? Did it put the farmer over shit?
No, he didn't use my he used box. Well, then it's a little better. Still, even shit still sucks, but yeah. At least he's not far around the box. Yeah, this you could have taken away. Yeah. He's like, what is that? I don't need that. Nah, you don't need that. His stupid car probably does. Alright, so.
Same thing here, 30 foot-pounds on all your bolts, essentially with the clutch pound. A lot of vehicles are 24, 22, 26, 28, it varies. 30 for me on just about every single vehicle you do a clutch on is like the magic number. I always have the best luck. Order them down to 30 pounds, 28, 30 pounds. If it's a smaller vehicle, I'll do like 28. Now these ones without dowels are really tricky because the bolts are big and you're gonna get. Ugh, get in there. Get in there, Johnny. There it is. Try to get that to balance a little bit. Run over. Some motors will suck to do this because you will literally have gonna get it up and drop it down in. Get one in, couple threads. Again, a little bit of dab will do you, thread lock. One little tiny little dab. Don't be doing crazy stuff with the thread lock, people. All right, you get 2 bolts in there, you're good. All right. That's that right there. Get another one in there. Get another one in there. Get another one in here. In Houston, we have a clutch on the motor. Alright, so it's like really hard to screw this up. Like, so you want to make sure you can look straight down the barrel and make sure that that is pretty damn straight. And you're gonna get, I believe these are 13 or a half. Nope, still 14. And then what you're gonna do, we're gonna turn the light up a little here. And then what we're gonna do, let's get that sucker snug it, just enough, literally just enough to sneak it down the barrel. Make sure you're goody. Get another good look right down the knuckle. Move your light a little bit, make sure you're pretty. I mean, it's pretty hard to screw that up with a, this is not a fine thread one, it's a big thread one. So, you know, you're good there. So then you snug them all. Just enough till it starts putting tension on the clutch. That's it. Not even bottomed out. You just want to get threads caught on all of them. Okay, now we're gonna torque it. This one, you don't need the big fancy torque wrench. We're gonna do 30 pounds. Same thing, 14 or a 9/16, depending on if you have an American or a metric bolt in there. Whoa, 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 what's going on here, torque wrench? Alright. Essentially 30 pounds is a block, just a bottomed out bolt. So literally once that bolt bottoms out,